I'm tired, but it was good. I love the energy out here. It's an early start, so I didn't know what to expect, but people showed out, so it was fun.
Is this your first time running here in Indianapolis?
It is, yeah. First time on this road race, first time doing a 5K on the road. I loved it.
What was kind of the highlight of you for this race?
Yeah, I think just like the energy, like at the start line too. You have the main corral right next to you, and so everyone's just like very high energy for before 7.
600 meters. That is all the distance that separates a good race from a defining moment. And on that particular afternoon in Indianapolis, Karissa Schweizer knew, with every fiber of a body forged through thousands of miles of training and 2 Olympic appearances, that this was the moment she had come to claim. The 500 Festival 5K was not supposed to be a coronation. It was a road race, the kind that demands grit over glamour, tactical intelligence over pure speed. And standing on that starting line were some of the most gifted middle-distance runners in the country, women who had spent their entire careers training for moments exactly like this one. Grace Hurley was there. Gracie Hyde was there, fresh off a runner-up finish at the USATF 1-mile road championships, hungry, dangerous, and entirely capable of taking what Schweizer came to earn. The question was not who wanted it. The question was who would move first. For most of that race, the field held together the way elite fields always do, a coiled tension beneath the surface calm, runners measuring each other in real time, reading breathing patterns and shoulder angles, and the almost imperceptible shifts in stride that signal something is about to happen. And then, with 600 meters remaining, Karissa Schweizer made her move. She surged, not tentatively, not exploratorily, but with the kind of decisive acceleration that communicates a single message: I am gone. Hurley tried to respond. Hyde held her ground. But Schweizer was already creating a gap, that narrow, terrifying, widening space between herself and everyone else that, in the final stages of a road race, might as well be a canyon. She hit the finish line in 14 minutes and 59 seconds. Hurley crossed a second later. Hyde came in at 15:03. And just like that, Karissa Schweizer had her first ever USATF road title. It is worth pausing to appreciate what that means. Schweizer is already a 2-time Olympian, a woman who has competed at the highest level of global athletics in both the 5,000 and 10,000 meters. She has stood on the international stage and performed under pressure that would crack most athletes. But this, a national road championship, was new territory, and she handled it the way only the truly elite can, by trusting herself precisely when the race demanded it most. The victory also handed her a second career national title, placed alongside the 2022 USATF Outdoor Championships gold she earned in the 10,000. 2 national titles. 2 completely different disciplines. One athlete who simply refuses to be defined by a ceiling. For her performance, USATF named Schweizer the 17th Athlete of the Week honoree for 2026, a recognition that, in its 25th year, remains one of the most respected weekly distinctions in American track and field. It is awarded when the performances demand it, when an athlete does something that rises above the noise of a busy competitive calendar and announces itself as something worth remembering. Schweizer's finish in Indianapolis was exactly that. But the week that surrounded her victory was itself a testament to the extraordinary depth of American athletics right now. Because while Schweizer was making her move in Indiana, the sport was delivering drama on multiple fronts simultaneously. In Indianapolis, the men's 5K championship was unfolding with its own brand of controlled chaos. Drew Hunter, a name that carries weight in American distance running, crossed the finish line in 13 minutes and 28 seconds to claim the men's title. The word thrilling is sometimes deployed loosely in sports coverage, but apply it here without apology. It was a finish that reminded viewers why road racing at the championship level is something different from a time trial. Hunter earned it. He won it. And the 13:28 on the clock told you everything about the quality of the field he had to beat. Elsewhere, in a college athletics environment already buzzing with early season performances, Jonathan Sims of Georgia stepped onto the track at the Torrin Lawrence Memorial Meet and did something that will echo through the record books for years. His 400-meter time of 44.02 was not merely a fast run. It was a world-leading mark. It made him the #2 all-time world U20 performer in the event, a list that includes some of the most celebrated sprinters in the history of the discipline. And if that were not enough, the 44.02 also planted him as the sixth fastest collegian ever in the 400. Think about that for a moment. College athlete, sixth fastest ever. The Torrin Lawrence Memorial Meet, on that day, witnessed something genuinely historic. Sims, of course, is not a stranger to this kind of recognition. He opened 2026 as the very first USATF Athlete of the Week winner of the year, honored on January 15th, a distinction that now looks more like a prophecy than a surprise. The young Georgian appears to be on a trajectory that will be spoken about for a long time. And then there is Masai Russell. At Kentucky's Jim Green Invitational, Russell lined up for the women's 100-meter hurdles and delivered a performance that immediately claimed the top spot in global rankings. Her 12.40 was a world-leading time, fast, technically refined, and emphatic. Hurdles racing is one of the most demanding disciplines in all of track and field, requiring a combination of explosive acceleration, rhythm, and technical precision that takes years to develop and can fall apart in a fraction of a second. Russell made none of those errors. She ran 12.40. She led the world, and she reminded everyone watching that American hurdling is operating at a level that demands global attention. Zoom out for a moment and look at the full 2026 Athlete of the Week list, and what you see is a portrait of a sport in a period of remarkable vitality. From Jonathan Sims launching the year with that January distinction, through Michelle Roll, Josh Hoey, Royson Willis, Jordan Geist, Cole Hocker, Cynthia McNamee, Chase Jackson, Lauren Harris, Garrett Colland, Cooper Lutkenhaus, Rudy Winkler, Max Thomas, Sam Mattis, Tomer Upshaw, Caitlin Bounds, and now Karissa Schweizer. 17 weeks, 17 athletes, 17 moments that each told a story worth telling. That is what the program, now celebrating its 25th year, was designed to do. Find the performances that rise above the ordinary and hold them up for the sport to see. Each name on that list represents a week when someone did something extraordinary. Each performance was an answer to the question that every athlete asks themselves in the final meters of a race, or the final seconds before a throw, or the moment when a field begins to split and a decision must be made. Do I have what it takes? Schweizer answered that question in Indianapolis with 600 meters to go. She answered it again crossing the line in 14:59. She answered it a third time when USATF placed her name alongside the 16 honorees who came before her this year and said, simply, this one, this week, this performance, this athlete. 2 Olympic appearances, 2 national titles, 1 road championship that opens a new chapter in a career that has already produced moments worth celebrating. And somewhere out there, in Eugene, Oregon, or on a training road that doesn't make the headlines, Karissa Schweizer is already preparing for whatever comes next. That is what separates the athletes who collect titles from the athletes who define eras. It is not the finishing time on the clock, though 14:59 is a number worth respecting. It is the willingness to make the move at 600 meters out, when the field is still within reach, when doubt is an option and caution is available, and choose belief instead. She chose. She surged. And the sport took notice.